During the past several years, the Combat Air Force has experienced a significant number of engine FOD mishaps, many of which were preventable. These mishaps range from ingestion of aircraft hardware to empty sandbags. These incidents cost the Air Force millions of dollars that we can ill afford to waste. For example, in fiscal year 2007, the Combat Air Force recorded 233 FOD incidents at a total cost of more than $10 million. A lack of attention to detail on the flight line was the root cause in these incidents. The leading drivers of our most recent preventable incidents include the ingestion of aircraft hardware, followed by flight line debris. Since availability has always been one of the leading concerns at every flying wing in the CAF, every FOD and subsequent loss of an engine directly correlates to the loss of combat capability. Your involvement in FOD prevention program helps you conserve valuable resources and prevent avoidable engine losses. We all must take an active leadership role in the war on FOD and must maintain vigilance to prevent foreign object damage and to protect our precious resources.
During the past several years, Air Combat Command has experienced a significant increase in preventable damage to aircraft and support equipment by incidents involving foreign object damage, known as FOD. Examples of non-flight line personnel include but are not limited to aircrew, police personnel, security forces, fire department, supply delivery personnel, CE contractors, and aerial port cargo loaders. All these personnel should be aware that FOD incidents are a direct result of ingestion of unaccounted for items that are left behind on or near aircraft and in FOD critical areas by non-flight line personnel. Typical items include bullet casings, writing pens, other personal items left behind from Space A travelers, and hardware and debris left on the flight line and in the industrial areas. These incidents result in the Air Force spending millions of taxpayer dollars in unnecessary repair costs, both of which are in short supply. Aircraft sitting in maintenance or depot for repair due to FOD damage is not only costly, but is costly to aircraft readiness and combat capability. Reasons for these occurrences range from poor housekeeping, poor tool control, careless tool accounting, and cleanup of work debris to airfield taxi and runway deterioration. These incidents result in the Air Force spending millions of taxpayer dollars in unnecessary repair costs. It's also extremely important to remember each FOD occurrence could lead to personal injury or even the loss of life. Active participation in the FOD prevention program is required by all flight line and non-flight line personnel, including all tenants and contracted services working in maintenance back shop facilities or on the flight line. If your duties make it necessary for you to enter the flight line, taxiway, runway, or even come near operational aircraft and support equipment, you could be responsible for a major FOD incident. Be aware and practice FOD prevention responsibly as you conduct your work or find yourself in or around the flight line area. Furthermore, ACC has placed special emphasis on non-flight line maintenance shops who have the potential for being in areas which are defined as high potential FOD areas. Establishing a FOD-free work environment and emphasizing personal responsibility will reduce FOD incidents and conserve valuable resources. Constant attention by all personnel to stay vigilant in day-to-day operation is essential. Pay particular attention to good housekeeping. You never know when the trash you overlook may find itself elsewhere. It is also important to know who to contact when something seems wrong or out of place. All of these steps are critical in preventing FOD hazards and reducing FOD incidents. Common FOD hazards generally taken for granted include items such as shopping bags, candy wrappers, deteriorating runway, ramp and taxiway debris, construction debris, dead animals like birds, rabbits, and other animals, rings, watches, and jewelry, and other debris around the flight line. Failure to eliminate even one of these hazards can have a devastating impact on aircraft generation and/or personnel safety. So what can we do to avoid a FOD incident? Start by being aware. Look around you for items that could potentially cause FOD. If you see it, pick it up. Clean as you go. Pay close attention to the cleanliness of your vehicle. Just keeping them clean eliminates the inadvertent introduction of FOD. Our last step is item accountability and tool control. All personnel, including contractors, should ensure that no tools are left behind. If you bring something with you, make sure you take it when you leave. These steps may seem obvious to most, but unless we remain vigilant, complacency and absent-mindedness can become a catastrophe. Let's look at the basic requirements for an effective and meaningful FOD prevention program. Base support and contracted service personnel visiting or working in or around production areas, runways, or taxiways must notify Airfield Management and/or Maintenance Operations Center prior to performing any testing, sampling, or maintenance. Ensure you do everything possible to prevent FOD being left behind. Tools or items on the flight line or in any maintenance area must be accounted for. This applies to maintainers, support agencies, and contractors. Remember, if you are escorting someone without a line badge, you are responsible for ensuring they are aware of FOD prevention requirements. The use of foreign object containers are required in all maintenance production areas to collect debris. In addition, all vehicles operating in the industrial area and flight lines are required to have secured and lidded foreign object containers. When stopping at any FOD checkpoint, perform a visual foreign object inspection on the interior and exterior of the vehicle. Ensure all debris is picked up and disposed of in the proper containers marked for FOD in vehicles or shop areas. These containers are emptied whenever they are full or at the end of a shift, as required by regulation. Next, check the entire circumference of the tires and remove all rocks and debris. Then roll the vehicle forward to check the remaining section of the tires. Note, if the driver exits the vehicle, they must turn off the engine and set the parking brake. Now that the vehicle FOD check is completed, you're ready to enter the flight line. Well, almost. Remember, flight lines are not always a hat area, except when OSHA job safety requirements for hard hats is mandated. One other tip: do not forget to remove and put away your identification badge or any loose articles on your person, including hard hats, if you come within 25 feet of an operating aircraft jet engine. Remove metal insignias, pens, metal rulers, and cell phones before entering the flight line. Be sure to conduct FOD walks. These walks help remove foreign objects from ramps, runways, and access roads. During a FOD walk, carefully look at the area. Keep your area free of debris at all times, and use proper FOD collection containers. If you need assistance in cleaning up a large area, call the Maintenance Control Center and they will send someone to assist with a vacuum sweeper. A FOD boss or magnetic bar on your vehicle should be used continuously to further reduce FOD. FOD walks are essential for a good FOD prevention program. Participate when asked. Despite our collective efforts, FOD incidents still occur. Our best defense is prevention through awareness. Keep in mind, FOD incidents can be greatly reduced if not prevented totally. We cannot place enough emphasis on prevention and personal responsibility. Thank you for your attention. Should you require further information, please see your wing FOD monitor.
As you just saw, FOD prevention is truly everyone's responsibility. Awareness, work area and vehicle cleanliness, credible FOD walks, plus tool and hardware control all prevent FOD mishaps. Everyone who enters the flight line has the responsibility to prevent FOD. And I challenge each of you to get involved in your Wings FOD prevention program.